me make sure everything's working. Can you talk real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything's good now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode, second take of the Sensical Ramblings podcast, where we make sense. Today I'm joined with my co-host Keegan, and I'm Robin.
Yo.
And I am a CST major, third year of school right now, college.
The right experience.
And I love playing games.
All right.
And that's all you need to know about me for now. What about you, Keegan?
Well, my name is Keegan, like you said. I like math, science, anime, games, the basics. Solve puzzles for fun. Currently in the Army and working at Chick-fil-A,
Man, I got a biography ready for this thing, bro.
Of course, bro. Always got my life story ready.
G'day.
Let me turn down the audio for a second.
All right.
So, Keegan, how was your ice cream?
It was pretty good, just mint chocolate chip. I know apparently a lot of people don't like mint chocolate chip for some reason, and they say it tastes like toothpaste.
I don't understand that either. I don't have any restrictions when it comes to ice cream.
Yeah, true. I mean, for me, I think the only restrictions is like not too much caramel or like not too much chocolate type of thing. Like not like extra fudge on it. When normally I'm fine with any type of ice cream.
Yeah, no. I think one flavor I haven't had in a while. It's just heavenly. Is Rocky Road. I don't know. Rocky
For me,
Road
my favorite.
Got to. Yeah.
My favorite of all time, mint chocolate chip, bro. Mint or any mint ice cream. I've always liked mint since I was a little kid.
A wee lad.
Yeah, wee lad. So how was your day, Robin? So far?
I mean, we had to redo this entire podcast. Let me make sure one more time that it's recording. Okay, it still is. It's recording voice
now. That was just the last couple of hours, bro. It's fine.
Dude, I wanted to play Cyberpunk, man. And that's just not a stream game I'm willing to play because, first things first, I have it set to max performance mode, so it'll push my CPU to the limit. Which means if I try to record as well and be in a Discord call, I might just blow up my computer. See?
Your computer would just turn into a nuke right there, right?
Exactly. But I had the bright idea of playing GTA. Definitely not modded. And am I in a public server? This was a mistake.
It's fine, it's just a simple public server.
There are people running around.
Yeah.
I forgot how to
I mean,
check.
you could probably, I think you press down on the D-pad or something?
I am playing on PC.
Oh, I don't know about PC then. Escape or something? I don't know.
Let me see players. Yeah, I'm in a group with people. Okay, let me find a new session. Invite only. Yeah. So for the time being, I will just be driving around.
Yeah, just following all the traffic laws.
I'm probably gonna purchase a car. Mod that for a little bit. I mean, I could just take off screen, off recording, get more money, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder why they made like GTA so like criminally based.
Oh my god, my mom's calling me. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm back. Sorry, I'm back. Keegan?
Yup.
Yeah, edit this part out.
Oh man, now we gotta edit. Last time we could have just had it all the way through.
I guess it could be fine because it was so short.
Yeah.
But
Well, So what do you want to like restart all your ramblings, I guess, of your college and go into more detail or different detail?
Sure, why not?
All right,
So
so
let me bring up the fact that I was so busy. I we have I told you the discussion board thing to do for class.
yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get it done. I did my initial post and it was super good. I'm gonna get around to replying to somebody because I have to reply to two other people.
Okay.
And guess what? I forgot to do it because I've been so stressed and busy doing schoolwork. So I just ignored it entirely.
I mean, the adult life is gonna catch up with you in different points, right? You're gonna be missing a lot of stuff if you don't keep track
Yeah,
of
but
it
it's
like that.
so menial. It is such a small thing.
Yeah, it's always the small things though. Them maybe building up to like a bigger thing later on in life, or even just in general.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but that's such an easy grade, and then I'm hoping my project I spent 10 hours working on will be good, will suffice.
Yeah, 10 hours is like what is like almost half the day. So I guess you should be hopeful that that
Yeah,
is good
I
enough.
wasted my entire Saturday. I really wanted to just play games and relax, but it is
Oh,
what
but
it
you got
is.
that adult life be working you.
Yeah. Now we have roughly 5 weeks before Thanksgiving, which is our next break. So I
Ah,
actually have to put in all the work uh, before then.
of course. I mean, you get another break in December, right, for like Christmas and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. You at least get a break, like a month for the end of the year per month.
Yeah, that was the one thing that really surprised me getting into college. Like when I was younger, I had friends who were just like, "Oh, their winter vacation is any time." I was like, "Lying, you are lying." Nah, it was dead serious because I'm doing it now too.
Um, I mean, yeah. I mean, in college, a lot of stuff is just it gets pretty crazy in college. I guess it depends on what you're doing, especially
Hmm.
because now some people do go to college and get like I guess what's classified as an easy degree or easy wherever. Like when I started college, I did simple classes that I kind of already knew or I knew enough of to just get an easy A. Like I took Japanese just because I already knew Japanese enough to just get an easy A. I took music because I already knew music. It was just to get like settled into college to
Yeah,
make sure that I'm not like overly stressed with all the work, just to make it easy to start off.
college work. Since I'm part of ASAP, which is now ACE now, which means free Metro cards and a bunch of other stuff. I have an advisor who I think I have to meet with this Friday actually to go over stuff. And we create a schedule for me to make sure I graduate on time. There's a bunch of tutors and stuff, but even with all that, it's still a lot of the
Uh,
classes I really don't want to take, but I gotta do it because it goes towards the major.
yeah,
Dude, this car
I
is
mean,
1.6 million. What is this? How is this any different than any of the cars on
um, but I think in my college, my previous college, I had to take a lot of electives to graduate, and
the?
it was
Yeah,
like it was all like weird electives. I think at one point I was gonna have to take gender studies and stuff,
gender
or like
studies.
a lot of like I guess political stuff, which I didn't really want to take, but if I guess if I wanted to graduate from that college, I had to.
He said I don't want to be involved with politics.
Yeah,
I like
yeah, of
that.
course. I mean, I just don't really care much about politics, bro. Like, I'd prefer to keep it to the sciences, but if I
Yeah,
had to, I
sciences.
guess I could learn. Like, yeah, I'm fine with learning though. So, like, if it's just something new and I can learn from it, I'll just take it. You know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I mean, that's how I was when I went to Chick-fil-A for the first time. Since I never worked as like a cashier or any type of job like that or customer service job like that.
Mm.
I just took it as a learning experience. It was like, all right, let's get it. And now I think I'm decent at it.
At the end of the day,
Just
it still is a job.
yeah, I mean, I'm having fun though, so it doesn't bother me.
That's good as long as you're doing something you like to do. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
know you're
mean,
not gonna
even
stay there forever.
well, well, we'll see. Because even though I haven't gotten paid yet,
Still,
well,
it's been three
it's
weeks.
because I know, but it's because I made a mistake on the tax forms initially,
Oh,
and
oh,
so now I, you know, I have to wait,
messed
and I
up.
won't get that. Like the mistake I made it so that tax would basically take out my entire paycheck, so I got paid nothing. It all went to tax for like the past couple of weeks.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah. So now the
dude.
only way to get that money, that tax money back, is if I like when I file taxes later in the year.
Then you'll get your money back that you just gave away.
Yeah, pretty much, but I gotta wait for that.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. At least you figured it out instead of just being like, "What the heck's going
Yeah,
on? Where's my money?"
instead of just constantly working for free, bro.
You really were
It's,
working for free for almost a month.
bro, I mean, I'm still gonna be working for free until hopefully I get paid this week.
Hopefully.
So, yeah, it should be this week because the way that they said it, they said they like recheck all the stuff on Mondays.
Hmm.
So it should be. If not, I think the latest will be next week. If I don't get paid this week,
Bro,
because at
everybody.
that point, then it's like I don't know what's wrong, and y'all now this time y'all are doing something wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Still though, that's just.
yeah. I mean, it's what it's whatever. You know, it's just some loss of money.
Yeah,
It
just
does
lost
put
some
me in
money.
some.
It's just a little bit of money.
I mean, it does put me in some financial straits, some more like financial straits, but it's whatever.
Man really said it's whatever.
I mean,
If I was
yeah,
working and I didn't get paid, I would be fuming hard.
yeah. I'm working at fast food or customer service right now, which it's not too bad.
Mm.
Like from what I experienced so far working there for a few weeks, like I don't really get that many Karens, I guess you could say. I mean, I am still pretty new, so I guess I just have to
Mm.
see it to believe it, type of thing. But for now, I haven't really experienced the most. I would say that I experienced with like customers being a little rowdy was just them complaining about some specific thing.
Specific
Like,
thing.
oh, I think my first day there was a guy. He wanted some lemonade, and I said it was gonna cost a little bit more because it's like a 30-cent upcharge or whatever.
Okay.
And the manager was standing right behind me because it was my first day, so he's just watching what I was doing. And the manager was just explaining to him that it's because like it's extra labor that comes with making the lemonade because they make it there daily. And he was just complaining and getting a little loud about it. He was just at the end, he was just like, "All right, whatever, I'll just get no drink or something."
Bruh.
But while I was there, I'm like, "Do I do anything?" Like,
You're just watching him argue with the manager?
yeah, the manager was right there. It was just, it was
Stupid
interesting though for
people.
my first.
Stupid people are just. What? Stupid.
I guess he was just peeved that it just costed more, and because I think he was also saying that like in other stores it wasn't like that, and I don't know what to tell him. Like in this store, it is like
In this store, you have to pay for it.
right, like the other stores don't matter because you're in this store.
I always find that funny when people are trying to, like, get some stuff and they're just like, dude, but at this store, they do it different. Well, that's that store. This is this store.
Exactly. Well, it's kind of like the same argument of like when kids do something, and then the parent gets mad at them, and then they're like, "But this guy does it," like their friend or something, and it's like, "Well, that's
Mm-hmm.
not my kid," type of thing.
That's not my kid. You're
Yeah.
my
So
kid.
yeah. So it's like a child mentality, I guess you could say.
Mm.
But I mean, people are gonna have their ups and downs. It happens.
Of
Maybe he
course.
had just had a bad day that day and just would, got hit with the unexpected upcharge for lemonade and was like, "Bro, what?"
He's like, bro, are you kidding me?
It's it's like those memes I see about like people having a bad day and like you're just barely over the edge, but you're like keeping yourself contained, and then you're like your pants loop gets caught in the doorknob or something,
Then you start
and
going
then
crazy. It's like,
that's what
no!
sets you off. Yeah, that's like the last thing that sets you off.
Yeah, I've had days like that
I don't think I've ever had days like that. I've never been
where
like
I've just
angry.
I've been angry before, like probably from like school and stuff. But then there was just like, you know, um, I finish school. I come home. I'm annoyed. Like maybe I walked home in the rain and stuff, and I got a little soaked. Then I come
Yeah,
home a little annoyed, and if somebody annoys me, I'm like, just get very angry.
bro. Oh, yo, you mentioning the rain actually reminded me. There was someone did the calculations of like if running in the rain actually is better for you than just walking through it normally. And apparently, running in the rain can get you more wet than like just
What?
walking through normally. Yeah, because like when you're running, you're hitting more like raindrops, I guess. Well, it depends on other factors too, but like just like a general walking through and running through, you're getting more wet because water's hitting more of your surface area at a time. Like you're getting wet quicker, is what I'm like. So,
Okay.
so like there's a if you were like to go to some place that's like I don't know across the street, if you were to run, it will probably be a little worse than just walking like somewhat quickly.
So the ideal thing to
I,
do
the I
is walk,
Yeah, like a brisk walk maybe.
brisk walk, no running.
But I
I've
guess
seen people
maybe
who
maybe.
do the run through the rain to try to get.
Well, I mean, at the same time, people do also run like a little. They lean forward, so it could be like it didn't really consider a lot of factors. It was like just the basic. You're standing upright or running up completely upright. How would that fare, like
Mm.
comparatively? Which I thought was pretty interesting. Those like random science videos where people just calculate just like the stupidest things.
There were some I was watching when I still used to watch a lot of science stuff. There's this one guy. He kind of looks like Thor. He
Is it Hank Hill? Not Hank Hill.
uh,
What's the
he
guy's name?
the guy what is it? He did some stuff with like trying to test the science behind Scorpion's fiery whip
Okay.
and how it can a piece of chain that can a piece of chain actually cut through a human body.
Oh.
He heated it up, but the experiment was kind of trash. So there's this other YouTuber I watched who saw that and was just like, he did it terribly. He laid the chain on the mannequin on the ballistics jelly and didn't do any sawing motion or anything. So what was the point? You know?
So you just kind of like slap the chain on it or something?
Yes. So again, what's the point?
I
They did all
mean,
that work, and you just lightly touched the jelly with no
I mean,
force. You laid it
was
on
the
top.
was the chain hot enough?
It didn't do anything because it wasn't hot enough.
Ah, yeah. I bet it needs to be like very, very hot, and I bet the chain is like some hell material, since Scorpion's from hell, right?
Yeah.
Or like after he got his powers, it was from hell. So like, I feel like they don't consider a lot. But a lot of times with those like fictional calculations, they if you want to try to bring it into the real world, you have to do a lot of generous estimates for stuff, or like
Generous estimates because the universe that you're considering drawing from may have different like things,
laws,
laws of
physics.
physics,
Yeah,
gravity, everything.
yeah. It's also like why it's kind of weird when people complain about either like a game or a show not being realistic when it's already especially if it's fictional, like it already has shown to you that it has different laws of physics by having either the characters or something that's like not natural in our world.
Mm,
So like can't really say that something's unrealistic because to them it's just realistic because that's what happens in their world.
mm.
It's kind of weird to think about.
That's the
Like
whole
even
argument. That's the whole argument sometimes with anime. I don't remember who brought it up, but like when two animes go at it, like some people forget like it might be different laws of physics in a different show. Nobody talks
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
I don't think anybody's knowledgeable enough to talk about that.
I mean, it's more like just a way of thinking instead of like knowing exactly all of that.
Mm,
But like it's also kind of like when people try to compare power levels or like compare two different characters and like who would win in a fight. Like essentially people are using our real world kind of physics to determine who is stronger. Like if Goku is able to shake the universe with a punch, then that means that he shook space time in our world, which only happens around black holes. So like he already has super strong, but in their universe, he doesn't create black holes with every punch,
Hmm.
even though they're traveling at the speed of light. So they already automatically have different laws of physics. Especially because Universe 7 in Dragon Ball apparently is like 7 times bigger than our universe or something like that.
Goddamn.
Yeah, so it's like you can't really compare it. So like for a lot of anime like that or any fictional medium can't really compare it to our real world. Or it would be weird if you do because you have to make a lot of estimates or just, not consider a lot of variables.
I wanna. Hmm.
Was
It's
it?
just really interesting to me how heated debates can get with anime sometimes, man.
Nah, bro, for real. Especially I like the joke though about like just you find some random character like you see Anya in Spy Family just like I don't know do a flip, and then you see in the comments like can she be Goku though?
Can't she be Goku though?
Yeah,
It's the one comment that is universally the rebuttal to any character's power. Can he be Goku though?
yeah, pretty much.
So Saitama, right? Can he be Goku?
Have you seen the manga in One Punch Man though? It's crazy right now.
No, I don't. The only manga I've ever read is Berserk.
Okay. Well, in the manga for One Punch Man, my guy Saitama apparently is able to move portals, like
What?
physically grab a portal and move it.
Alright, I'm gonna take a bite of my protein bar. You continue telling me about this, okay?
Yeah. So there was a fight between Saitama and Garo. I don't know if you know who Garo is if you've seen the anime
Nope.
or season. What?
I said nope.
Well, okay. Well, anyway, there was a fight between them, and Garo was like also broke his limiter like Saitama, so that he's able to just continuously get more and more powerful like Saitama. But the difference between them is Saitama gets more powerful at an even greater rate than Garo. And like the way that they showed it in the manga is they had like a graph with both of their lines traveling up. It was like an exponential function for a graph on a graph, right? And it showed Saitama's was growing at a faster rate. So
Wait,
Angara was saying like
was it exponential or linear?
it was exponential. There was no linear.
So it
And
was
I
a
think
curve.
yeah, it was a curve. They were both growing at a different rate,
Mhm.
but they were both still exponentially growing. It's just Saitama was growing faster.
I
And
see, I see.
yeah, so during that fight though, Garo learned how to like teleport through portals, right? And like just do different things with portals. And so one of the things he did or he was doing was like putting portals next to Saitama, so he can teleport right next to him and punch him and then teleport away, type of thing. Well, one of the times that he did that, Saitama just grabbed the rim of the portal and turned it so that he just goes up and then punches Garo right there as soon as he came out of the portal.
Some
And
gangster stuff right there, bro.
what was funny is this entire time in the fight, Saitama was holding a core of his friend. So and not breaking it too. He was just holding it and only using one arm to fight.
What, Saitama?
Yeah, Saitama.
Mm.
And I think another point, he also like he grabbed the crust of Jupiter's moon, one of
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter's moons, and just flipped it and completely destroyed the crust of it. Like it's
I'm
pretty
not
wild.
gonna ask. Try to understand
Oh,
all that.
there was another time where he was Garo kind of threw Saitama out into space like somewhere, and since Saitama can't fly, he can't just like come back to Garo. But
Mm.
what he did to get back to Garo, he farted.
What?
He did a super powered fart just to get back to Garo at like the speed of light or something. And what's funny is I saw a video someone analyzing this fight and going through the science of like how much joules it will take to do all of the stuff Saitama did. And they actually had to calculate, the
How many
force.
decibels will it take for Saitama's fart to be able to do what he just did?
Well, they calculated the force the fart would need for it to happen.
How much was that?
You know what? I'm gonna look at the video right now, and
Please. Yes, please check it out.
but it was a video by Kyle Hill. He does a lot of like anime science stuff. Like he just calculates a lot of stuff, and I just thought it was funny when I was watching it because not only he also calculated the force needed to lift the entire crust off the moon,
Hmm.
off of one of Jupiter's moons, and
Oh, he.
apparently, yeah, apparently it took like about the same amount of force as it would take to blow up the planet, like Earth.
Goddamn. To remove the crust?
Yeah, just to remove the crust. So not only that, there was what is it? Another point or shoot, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Because I was looking for some fart scenes, bro.
Hmm.
But he does I think he did was it Flash stuff? Oh yeah, there was one time he did like would the Flash be able to touch a lightsaber and be safe?
Interesting.
And you know,
Well, like move his hand
because
before it actually burns him?
yeah, move like touch the lightsaber and move his hand out of the way and out of the radius that the lightsaber's heat would be able to reach to a safe level. And like if he was fast enough to go into that radius, go all the way through, touch the lightsaber, and come back out and be still be safe.
Before I suppose the heat actually is able to harm him.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
see.
and apparently, and he gave the limit of the speed of light because you know we can't really make any calculations past the speed of light
Hmm.
using physics because that's when physics breaks down for us for our known laws. But
Physics
he's
just crumbles to all the physics majors once speed of light gets involved.
well, it doesn't crumble. It's just if you try to go faster, then yeah, it's like okay,
They disappear. The physicists
yeah, they
they
just
disappear when they hear speed of light. They get PTSD. It's like, oh no, no, no.
well, there are different things that break down once, like or that break down physics once it reaches a certain point. For example, have you ever heard of a Kugelblitz?
I've not. Tell me about it.
So a Kugelblitz in
Cool.
science,
Hold on. How do you spell that?
Kuglblitz.
I understand blitz. How do you spell Kugel?
Kugl.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Okay, so a Kugelblitz is essentially like a certain temperature that is reached to the point where after that temperature, it it breaks down the laws of science. Like we don't know what happens after that temperature because theoretically, with our known laws of physics, there's no like limit to how much energy you can add to a system, right?
Hmm.
But a Kugelblitz is like the max you can add, and it's like
So we don't know the limit, but the Kugel blitz is the maximum.
the Kugelblitz is the limit to our known laws of science right now.
Okay.
So like if something were to get hotter than that, we don't know what will happen. Like we have like no idea. Normally we have like we have a general idea of like what would happen based on like our laws
Mm.
or like how we set it up. But after the Kugelblitz, we don't know. And it's the temperature is 1.417 times 10 to the power of 32 Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Kelvin, yeah.
I know Kelvin.
Yeah, it's like the absolute temperature. So
Absolute temperature. Yes. It's hotter than
uh,
Fahrenheit. Correct.
the reason why we don't know what happens is because at that temperature, light, the frequency of light becomes the distance of the Planck length. And the Planck length is the smallest distance we can measure or calculate without breaking the laws of science or breaking the laws of physics, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's the biggest issue because as you have more energy into the system, light keeps going higher in frequency. But at that point, the frequency of light, like the distance between each wavelength of light, is
Hmm.
the distance of the Planck length, and we don't know what happens at a distance smaller than the Planck length. So that's why like we don't know what happens after the Kugel Blitz because it's like it all connects.
Okay.
Oh, and the interesting thing about or Kelvin, absolute zero and stuff, nothing can reach absolute zero, at least with our known laws of science.
I'm sure that might change. How long has this been a thing for? Well,
So ever
that,
since,
that's kind of a dumb question because it's never been changed. It's probably been since the dawn of time. Nothing has ever.
well, yeah, I guess like how long have we known it for is a different story.
Yeah, how long have you known that for?
I don't know. I don't remember when the absolute zero or the Kelvin scale was created. So like Kelvin is just an absolute temperature scale for the universe.
Yeah.
And absolute zero means that there's absolutely no energy in the system, which we know cannot happen because no matter what, there's going to be some amount of energy, whether it's like in the space itself or in like the atoms or not the atoms, like the proton, any particle there has some amount of energy, which is going to be like exuded or whatever outside of the system that we can detect.
Hmm.
And so nothing can go actually to absolute zero. But the thing we also in labs we have created the coldest temperature in the universe,
How
like
cold is it?
cold, like because in space I think temperatures can go down to like 1 Kelvin, maybe a
Okay.
little lower. But in labs here on Earth, we have gotten down to I think femto Kelvin or pico Kelvin.
Felmto. I've heard of Pico.
Yeah, so let's see. I think after nano it goes pico, so that's times 10 to the negative 12. So you're like it's 0 point like 12 zeros or something before the next number,
Yeah.
and then or like 11 zeros before the next number, and then I think femto is 15. So we've gotten that close to absolute zero, but we will never reach absolute zero.
Hmm.
So it's pretty interesting.
Now, all this stuff about science. I know there's a bunch of scientific breakthroughs always happening. Like recently, they found
Bro,
a cure for one cancer.
bro, like a lot of stuff, especially for astrophysics, has been like going crazy lately because of the JWST, like the James Webb
JWST.
Space Telescope.
Okay.
Yeah, I've mentioned before how we've discovered was it an exoplanet? I forgot what it was called.
I think you told me about
That
the
like
exoplanet.
yeah, we I think we found that the atmosphere has like qualities to support life to a degree at least, like better to a better degree than what we've discovered before.
Hmm.
And it was like a pretty big breakthrough because we're like, bro, this is wild. There can be life on this planet. And also, not only that, we found weird lights on Proxima B, which is the planet orbiting the star, I think Alpha Centauri or something, or Proxima Centauri.
Hmm.
It's orbiting that star, and that star is the our next closest star neighborhood or neighbor. I think it's the 4.2 light years away.
Hmm.
So if they're like, we there's an idea or there's a hypothesis that those lights on those planets can be city lights because of how like
City lights.
unnatural city lights, yeah, like because of how unnatural they seem to be from our perspective. We don't know exactly what caused it. So right now we're kind of like running through all the possibilities of what could have caused those lights to appear to us.
So what you're
And
saying this could be evidence of extraterrestrial life.
yes, not just extraterrestrial, intelligent life to the point where they can create light.
Sentient.
Yes, to like some sort of society or anything that they were able to create light like that,
It's
like a
actually
city
kind of.
type of
It's
light.
kind. It's a little frightening to think about, but it's very
Yeah, it is
interesting
frightening because
because.
we're like so close to discovering extraterrestrial life, but it's like there's like little things that like keep blocking us. Oh, like there was this recent thing, not recent, like it happened a while ago, but it's still like people are still trying to like debate on what actually happened. So
Hmm.
I think it was during the Voyager, one of the Voyager missions. So when they sent the Voyager out, I, I I think it was Voyager or another space probe. One of them was flying out towards I think Jupiter in that area, or it was going towards the asteroid belts in our solar system. Just leave it at that because I know that. And there was this one asteroid that we wanted to get close to and just look at because it was spinning very fast, and we're like, this is spinning very fast for what we expect to be made out of. So it's like if it was made out of the stuff we expect it to, it wouldn't spin that fast, or else it would just break apart. So either it's like something it's made out of something pretty heavy to spin that fast, or something else, something weird's going on. So
Hmm.
when we sent the probe to check it out, we
Yeah.
noticed that it was spinning way faster than what we thought. But when we got a little too close, the systems for the probe just turned off. They shut down, and we didn't know what was going on. And as we passed it, all the systems on the probe turned back on. So
Okay.
we never got proper information on the
If the
asteroid.
asteroid was
Yeah,
EMP or
so
something.
right now we're debating on what actually happened. There is the possibility that it could be some like alien technology that like didn't want us to find them or something. Like it can't really be living essentially, because if they were living in on that thing for a long period of time, they'd have to like, create waste and all that.
Hmm.
And things will build up. If it was like some kind of robot or something, then it would be different.
I see.
But if but it was just a weird thing, and we're still kind of trying to figure out what actually happened, because to this day I don't think we know why the probe just turned off like that and then turned back on. Like we found no like issues with the systems like that.
It's really interesting to think about that. Something like you'd see in a sci-fi film.
Oh yeah, bro, sci-fi is starting to become just science, just sci.
That's why I'm so curious about what 2077 would be like.
Oh yeah, a cyberpunk like future.
Yeah, maybe I'll still be alive if we get cybernetic implants and augmentation.
Well, we better hope that cyberpsychosis isn't like a very prevalent issue
It's
then.
an, cyberpsychosis is very interesting when you do more of a deep dive on it. So we'll direct this. We've had Keegan talking for a bit about science and stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit about video games.
Yeah.
So I was watching a couple videos about going a little more in depth with cyberpsychosis, and Adam Smasher is the only person. Adam Smasher has cyberpsychosis,
Yeah.
but he hasn't gone cyber psycho.
Well,
He has
yeah, yeah.
he has taken control of his mind and everything, so he can remain in cyberpsychosis. He is 90, like I said when I was playing. When you scan him, he's 96% chrome.
Was wasn't it like stated somewhere that like he's only parts of his brain are like cyberized or whatever?
Don't the 4% is his brain still, his head.
Yeah. I wonder I wonder why they can't just, upload or something, or change the rest of his brain. I guess it was probably like the parts of the brain that changed are the parts that he doesn't need anymore, like because everything else is cyber. He
Hmm.
doesn't need like automatic functions like heartbeat, breathing, blood flow, like anything like that for the brain that the brain normally does. So he probably changed all that to cyber or whatever.
Yeah, but he is the only one who is not gone crazy because most people who go cyber psycho,
Yeah.
lost their senses, as you can imagine.
Well, the way he did it, did he like have some like secret government research thing or some government funding to do it?
Interestingly enough, Arasaka, the like one of the major corporations, for 50 years he's been, or over 50 years he's been with them. And when you play the game and you play as Johnny Silverhand for a flashback, which is
Uh-huh.
Keanu Reeves, you replay his mission right before he died. Of course, he died. I don't think this is a spoiler to anybody. I mean, he's a figment of your imagination. Of course, he's dead. So it was 50 years in the past, and Atom Smasher's there, which is what I noticed. And Atom Smasher's nowhere near as chromed out. He looks like maybe 60% chrome,
Ah.
and he was a part of Arasaka for all that time. So I'm sure Arasaka has been keeping him under control and kept feeding him more chrome, so to speak.
Ah.
The thing about cyber psychosis, again, the more metal you have on you, the less your body has. That would make sense. Your
Yeah.
body, um, is gonna start losing to the metal. Your senses will just be the machinery in your body.
What if because people like get cybernetic enhancements but don't change their brains that like are used for those kinds of for those body parts to the point like either to change it to cybernetically or some maybe what if that's the reason why people go cyber psychos because they keep their same brain from when they were fully human but then they change like so much of their body that their brain is like what is going on, I don't know what this is. So
That could
either
probably
like
be it.
yeah like
Your
maybe it's
brain,
like
your
maybe that
brain. There are brain augments, though, of course.
yeah but they're not like to the level that Atom Smasher did.
Not at all.
So like what if
Smasher went
people
crazy
yeah like
crazy
what
with
if
his modifications.
yeah like what if Atom Smasher was like he's like just kept every time he was getting cybernetic enhancements he would change that specific part of his brain or maybe like at a certain point he would change a chunk of his brain that was used for that part of the body into cybernetic into like a cybernetic thing and that's what prevented him from going full cyber psycho.
Maybe.
Like maybe that's the issue David had. Like he might have had a good tolerance, but at some point he just became a brain.
The thing about cyberpsychosis that people forget, when you read one of the shards or one of the little tidbits in the game, it's not just based on the amount of metal on you. It's based on your past and the trauma as well.
Yeah,
David has his mother died,
yeah,
and all that stuff went down. Main like he has a lot of trauma in his life. While the
yeah.
main
Especially
character,
like
the main character of the game, V, doesn't have any trauma as we know. So there's no cyberpsychosis system, but there is a mod that'll change it, so it'll have a humanity meter, and the
uh,
mod's really cool. It's getting really popular. The more chrome you put on, which your humanity meter will decrease, and as you kill civilians and stuff and just do good cause mayhem, your humanity goes down until you hit cyberpsychosis. Then you have full wanted stars. Everything's going crazy. All your vision's messed up. It's really interesting.
do they also like change the controls for you? Like every now and then your character would just like randomly move to the left when you don't want to or something.
I'm not sure because the extent of modding in the game is very limited. People
Oh, okay.
want like there to be like what is it, holograms of people, like silhouettes of people in your vision, but that's just not possible to do.
Yeah, I guess that would be.
If it was like Skyrim, yeah, you can do anything in Skyrim
I
because
guess I guess
Bethesda.
without like completely tampering with the code of the base code of the game, can't really do much.
Bro, you can do a lot to it actually. So DLSS is a frame generation tool in all NVIDIA graphics cards.
Okay.
And so my 3060 on my laptop has DLSS 2, which basically gives you free frames.
Oh.
And so one mod completely removes DLSS 2 inside of Cyberpunk, surprisingly, which just blows my mind. It changes the entire frame generation software and gives it something new to give you more frames. You can do a lot to the game.
Oh. I mean, modding communities for a lot of games go pretty hard.
Yeah,
Like,
Skyrim is the craziest modding community. They made a multiplayer mod, Keegan.
bro, yeah, I saw a few games like that where like generally single player games where they made a multiplayer mod or something. It's pretty interesting. The
Skyrim
way
is
they,
I don't
yeah,
understand how.
bro, some modding communities it's like they should just create their own games at some point. Like,
The developers hire some modders.
I bet because like some modders be going
Some
super
modders be
hard.
making the game better than the creators. So,
Yeah.
by the way, I'm
Well,
playing GTA, right? This car was the biggest waste of money I've ever spent. It is an SUV, four door.
hey, I mean, you got that soccer mom car. It's fine.
Bro, let me go buy another car. Let me just do this. Right, yeah.
Bro, any talk about like games or in general right now, all it reminds me of is this Hogwarts Legacy game that's coming out. I really want to play it.
My
Like,
brother is hungry. He wants it.
Bro, I want it. I want to be Ravenclaw.
No, when I said my brother, I mean you really want it. You, I saw it and I really want to play it, but it's gonna come out in
I think it
2
said
months.
February or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, bro. I'll wait till February. It's just I really want to play it.
You ever played any other Harry Potter games?
I think the only other Harry Potter game that I played a little bit of is Lego Harry Potter. I forgot
Oh,
which one.
you made a Lego game?
Yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot of different Lego games, but
I know, I know.
there's a Lego Harry Potter game that I think I played like a single quest or mission on it when I had like I forgot who had. I think it was my aunt's husband. Like he had the PlayStation and the game, and I played it a little bit,
Yeah.
and it was pretty cool. But like I think at the time I wasn't like I didn't delve super into Harry Potter. I forgot how old I was, but I was just like, oh, it's a cool game. You got some like magic and stuff.
Mm.
But now, oof, since I've like watched Harry Potter movies multiple times over, and I gotta watch the Fantastic Beasts sequel and read
Fantastic
the
Beasts.
books. It's wild,
Hmm.
wild ride. I can only hope that it brings about the same amount of interest as I had for Persona 5.
Well, Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, because if it does, I might be staying up for days on end and going to work without sleeping.
Man said he really got to farm potions, potion skills.
Pretty much, bro. Like this is
One thing
wild.
I really like, no, no, no. One of the trailers, one of the things about the trailer was absolutely amazing. Like creating your own like little home that you can just spawn anywhere.
Yeah, in
That's
like your own
cool.
little area.
It's like an outdoor area.
Yeah, and you can have like your different magical beasts and stuff on there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go pretty hard into this game if it's like as good as I expect it to be. I'm
Mm-hmm.
having high expectations right now. Usually I have low expectations of everything just so that I'm either pleasantly surprised or correct, but this time I'm hype.
Full on.
Like even I guess even if it does go below my expectations, I'd be a little upset, but I'd be like, I'm still playing it, bro. It's Harry Potter, bro. I like because like even if it's just what they showed in like what they've already shown, I'm Gucci with that, bro. That's good enough for me.
Mm.
Like it may not be what I expected, but bro, I'm having fun with that either way.
Well, it's always as long as you're having fun. That's for a lot of what call it? A lot of game. What am I trying to say? A lot of games. A lot of people would
Yeah,
dislike them, but there's always that niche of people who will continually play it and support the game. There's always,
yeah,
it's always that.
yeah. For a lot of games, you have people that just genuinely have fun with it, and they don't really care about like everything that goes on outside the game. I guess
Hmm.
like what the company is doing or like the updates that are going on. Like a lot of times, people are just having fun,
Yeah.
which I think was like the initial thing to games, right? To video gaming or even like tabletop gaming too.
Just
Hey, can you just hold
trying to
there for
have
a
fun.
second, please?
Yeah, you just trying to have fun, and then it just becomes competitive for like different stuff, and then
Boss, you got
but
a minute?
people have fun being competitive too.
Oh, yeah?
Mm.
That's who it is.
So like it
Okay.
just depends on like what people
Sorry about that.
or
Didn't
how
know you
people
were.
have fun. Although what I don't get is like how
Hey,
some
sick of you.
people who are like super competitive don't
What's up
understand
there?
that others can have fun with a game and not be competitive.
Mm.
Hey, what's cracking?
Like
So
they
what you
they
talking
don't they
about,
don't
boss?
they see like people improving at a game as like
Look, this
you
is
being
our house.
competitive enough to
You feel
want
me?
to improve
We
or
put the
something, but
bread down,
you're just
and we
improving
roll.
naturally because you're
I'm the
playing the game a
manager.
lot, so you're just
Franklin
understanding
Drake,
it more.
dog. And that
Like that's
over
just
there
what's
is my
gonna
old
happen.
ass
That doesn't mean
barbershop.
like you
Shit,
need it to
don't mind too
happen.
much no
Mm.
more. Man, everybody I asked about setting this thing up, they
But
all point straight
it's
at
like
you.
an interesting thing
Shit,
about
you
gaming
feel me?
communities or any type of
Now
community
me,
too.
The only
I'm a
gaming
hustler that
community
made it
I
big.
really
Big
was
house, nice
surprised
cars,
about
a family, and everything.
was the Fallout
Damn, man.
76 community.
I miss getting these fucking hands dirty.
Uh,
From what I hear,
The thing
you
about
ain't got
Fallout
that problem.
76 is that they will
You
help
run
you no
your own
matter
shit,
what
and I
you
like that.
need. I'm
Hey,
playing,
look,
right?
come
It's my
walk with
first
me.
time playing.
I want to show you something.
And I maybe have 2
Now the
hours and
streets,
I
I
joined
know
the
real good, 'cause
game and
that's
then
where I'm
some guy
from.
starts
But
following me
now I
and I'm
work
just
with
like, oh
rich
no, this
folk who got
guy's
rich
kill
folk problems
me,
and no
so I
fucking idea how to
level,
deal with them.
right?
You know, like the
No,
kid might
he
steal
dropped
a
some stuff
car,
for me. He
or
said,
they
oh, if
might
you need
owe
anything,
money
just
to
let
the
me know.
wrong
I'm just like,
fucking
really?
people, or their wife might be screwing the
ah,
tennis
Really?
coach. But guess what? Homies can help
you
you
find
out
nice
fast.
people? Oh, of
Now
Yeah,
this here,
everybody's so
this
nice.
is your office. You're
course.
gonna get all
I
these
I
jobs for
messaged
us.
so there's a
They gonna
mod
show
that
up on this
allows for
computer
like
right here.
a
It'll be
chat
small
menu
fry at first,
because
but
I'm surprised
one
they
big
don't have a
client,
chat menu
man.
already.
One A-list name.
And so I'm
Hey,
talking
we
in global
straight.
chat and some people really helped me out and then they
That's a
offered to
hacker
give me
right
some
there,
stuff
you
and I
mind?
needed it.
She works up on
Man,
the operation floor where all the high tech shit at.
I mean, yeah, some communities. I mean, you're always gonna find like
Hey, Monty.
you know some people in some communities that are like not like the representation of the community. And sometimes
unless
it's fine
it's
to find it.
What are
COD.
you doing here, Lamar?
Then
Some
COD will never change.
What are you doing? Is that who you bringing in?
Black Ops 2 lobbies.
Why you didn't tell me?
Not Modern Warfare
I'm the
lobbies.
one who called the
Uh,
cops. Put him up
yeah,
on
but
everything,
The
dog.
like
new Modern
And
Warfare,
you
they
motherfuckers got the
you
nerve
know
to
what they
cut
did?
me
The
out?
new Modern
Well, I
Warfare,
got
they
two
had like
words
a
for
little
y'all.
disclaimer thing
Find
trying to
your
get people to like
motherfucking feet.
respect each
That's right,
other
I'm
and
suing
realize
y'all
like,
ass.
oh, the
Matter of
gaming
fact,
community
I'm
is
gonna
good,
blast
a
your ass out
good
on
place for
Snapmatic. Put
everybody.
my phone
Man,
on.
hold on,
That's
dog.
just
Can
not
I
it.
was
Nope,
gonna look out
nobody
for you.
follows that.
Chill out, all right? Shit,
yeah, nobody
I got
cares.
something here.
I mean, if they don't enforce their own rules or regulations, then obviously people are gonna abuse it
I remember
for
this
the
dude
most
when he
part.
was
Yeah,
broke
they
as
don't really
fuck. Could barely
do.
get a
They
Yeah,
don't do
nobody's
motherfucking
anything.
coach seat. Now all of a
yeah
sudden,
nobody's gonna
he
care if
ready
nothing
for the cockpit
happens
with the
to
captain.
them
Look at
if
you.
they like break
You.
it.
I ain't even finna go in on your dog
But
ass
I mean,
like
at the
that.
same time, on the
But you.
company side, it might
Huh?
be pretty
This
hard to
all did
find
something
stuff like
for
that
you.
unless people start reporting them.
How's that for a sound?
Hmm.
So like that's the main issue is that sometimes when people do stuff, people don't report them because they usually just mute them or ignore them, so then
Damn
they stick
straight. That's that
around.
pie.
All right.
So
Hey, you get going on those. I'll be
during
in my
those cases,
office
they
in a
can't really
minute.
do much about it.
Who was that badass love fist looking bitch? I mean,
But
nice young lady.
in what I like to do sometimes in GTA and online, I would like find some like really low level
She handle all the
player
hacker type
and just
shit.
let them borrow like one of my cars or one of my vehicles because I have like
She hacking this shit
the
too? I
flyy
ain't even
type of
know they
vehicles
had a
that can shoot
computer.
missiles or whatever.
Damn,
Yeah.
I feel old.
And I let them use it. I'm like, hey, bro, go ahead, have fun. If you
Nah,
break
I'm
it,
gonna
you're
go
paying
work
for
on
it.
this
But
big
hey, it's
client for us, all right?
whatever.
Wait.
Just have
You
fun.
mean
Have
big,
fun,
big
man.
client like
I'm getting paid if
Yeah,
you
Tony
break it, but
McTony?
have fun.
Come on, man. Tell me you
yeah,
got
bro.
Tony McTony.
Like
Send Tony McTony a
I just
postcard.
let them have fun with it. Just trying to be a little
Whatever I
nice to
gotta do,
my
man, you know I'm
co-highs, I
on
guess.
the lookout for you. Hey,
Hmm.
I'll be in my
Like
office.
gaming
Let me know what you're
co-highs.
doing.
He was like, come here,
You
my son.
lying like a motherfucker. Anyway, though,
Come here, my
let
son.
me
I
ask
will
you
train
something.
you.
You feel like somebody now, huh?
Essentially,
You OG
it's
now.
just
Your nuts is almost
sometimes I like
busted,
to
huh?
just be
But
nice.
baby,
Oh, there was this one time in Rocket League when I was playing Rocket League in college. I
Hmm.
was trying to do like how like people get frustrated when you lose or some stupid happens. Even though
Yeah.
I don't normally get frustrated, I was trying to do like a positive frustration type of thing. Like every time something stupid happens, I would like I don't know, be aggressively positive by saying like I don't know,
Aggressively positive.
yeah, like I would be playing Rocket League and then the opponent like scores a goal, an easy goal on me, and I'd be like, "Bro, you're so beautiful," or something like that.
I remember that phase of you.
Well, it's not a fit. I could probably still do it. I just
You haven't done it in a
during
while.
those times I was just saying, I just wanted to see what would happen. She's like, "Bro, you're so beautiful. Oh, why are you so good at this game?"
Dude, this guy's insane.
Yeah, pretty much. I just replace negativity with positivity type of thing.
Hmm.
But it was just me joking around. I didn't even have my mic at the time. I was just doing it just to do it. But like it's kind of hard to keep it up because I don't normally even get frustrated in general at the game. I'm just kind of like chilling. And if even if something stupid happens, I'm like, oh man, it'd be like that sometimes. And then
Hmm.
I keep playing.
I remember I was playing playing doing a private match with the old group and I got so mad I said, you know what? Put her there. You're not so bad. Put her there.
Wow.
he,
Put her there, you son of a gun.
he slide shotgun me. He's like, you know what? Put her there. Yeah, put her there.
Bro, bro, I still want that Switch. My Mario Kart 8 game is just sitting.
Mario
I
Kart
need.
8's just like looking like Keegan, please.
He sees me playing on my PlayStation games. Well, it's just sitting there. I don't know. I don't know the what do you think the future of gaming would be like? Do you think it would be
Gaming.
sort of yeah, do you think it would be sort of like a like in Cyberpunk where they have like those brain dances stuff?
Well, Brain Dance is a simulation. It's more like a video. Like imagine
Yeah,
like VR. It's really just VR. It's like it's SAO. That's what it is. It's
yeah.
SAO.
Well, I mean, if it's like a video, then it's more like whatever happens there, it's just gonna happen. You can't really control it.
Yeah, exactly. It's SAO that everything gets transported into the video, but it's then again a video. There are people who edit the videos and do stuff to it to
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we can ever. I mean, a while ago, like, wasn't there like talk about like Elon Musk putting chips in our brains or something to be able to like, I don't know, to have signal directly into our brain?
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So like people were talking about like how that can be implemented for VR use.
Mhm.
How like VR headsets or anything can like directly be connected to our senses, and we're just have an SAO situation type of thing.
What's up, boss?
So it'd be pretty interesting though to have that kind of like gaming experience that like directly, you know,
Then
hits your brain
again,
like that.
then again, if it's not like a credible thing, and it doesn't even the places the company or developers don't even need to be credible rather, because one day they could just be like, yeah, let's just control everybody's brain. For
I
guarantee.
mean, yeah, I mean, well, it kind of depends on like how the stuff plays out. So like they could make like single player games like that, and they can't really do much about it. So like for a lot of games now on gaming systems, companies can't really just be like, oh, you know what, let's mess up everybody's gaming experience and just like turn everything off. The only thing they could do is probably like turn off all the servers if it's an online game, but people will still be able to play like their own thing. So like it could be that kind of situation where like your own headset or your own like chip in your brain is your own system. So like unless someone directly like hacks into it, there's not much they can have that people can do.
Mhm. There
So
was
like
actually
they
a story.
could.
Okay, I'm gonna close out of GTA for right now because my laptop's getting extremely hot. It's hot in my room, so let's
Wow,
close that.
it's making it hot in your room.
Yeah, it's super hot. Ooh, I'm burning my fingers.
Um, I wonder what the thermodynamics would be like that.
What?
So if your laptop is the only thing that's actually heating up your room right now, then that means it's inputting enough energy into the system for the overall energy of the system to raise to a certain degree, right?
Yeah, because
Right.
the air is coming out of the sides like crazy and it's going into the room.
Yeah. So either you're within the radius where the heat is noticeably higher, or
Well,
the
it's on my
energy is
lap, so.
well, yeah, or it's changing the entire system right now.
Mhm.
Which most likely it isn't changing the entire system. I think you're just within the radius.
Yeah, let's look at my system right now. Yeah, CPU 94. My GPU is climbing back down. CPU needs to cool off for a bit. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, speak those computer terms.
You're just like I know exactly what that means.
Well, I know a decent amount. I just like when you get more specific, because I don't work with computers that much.
Mhm.
Probably won't know. Like I don't know. Maybe do you know what a CPU is made of, or like how they make it?
Do I know how it's made of?
Yeah.
It's made with microprocessors and a whole
Is it
bunch of stuff.
is it made with like a lot of ICs
Remind me what an IC is. I've heard that term
and
before.
integrated circuits?
Yes, I believe so. Pretty sure.
I wanna see how like those robot made ICs are like or CCAs, the circuit card assembly.
Mhm.
Like how would they look like made by a robot than by a human? Because like I've seen the ones made by humans and like you can get pretty small, but like from what I've seen for like robot stuff, they can get super small for like
Mhm.
their resistors and stuff.
Yeah, they can get really small.
That was one of the trainings I had to do for my job training in the army, bro. I had to make a CCA, a circuit card assembly with all the resistors and stuff. I had to like solder, like put the solder on it, and
I was
cool it
talking
off.
with my friend from church. I told him that I respect anybody who can do all the like electrical engineering stuff. I couldn't. I couldn't.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty wild.
Ma'am? Miss?
I mean, but I think nowadays, for the most part, all like the really small stuff is robotic or automatic. Nobody, I don't think anybody really does it themselves because of the inconsistencies you may have. Like, sure, robots can make errors here and there, but they're more consistent than humans for stuff like that. So it kind of it's also interesting how like even though that's the case, how like robots are more consistent than humans, humans still made the robot. So at some point, wouldn't the human have to be maybe not more consistent but better than the robot to be able to create it until it gets to the point where the robot starts
I feel
creating
like
robots?
replicating tasks machines can do 100% better than humans. But there's always that
Yeah,
like deviation, like a what is it, standard deviation that was like for humans, like it's not always 100%. There's like a room,
yeah,
it's like what is it, like a threshold where it could be better or worse with whatever you're doing, whatever thing you're doing.
yeah. I
Robots,
think
it's 100%.
yeah, I think once it gets to the point where robots are like making other robots or making other programs themselves, then it will easily get to the point where it passes humans. Which I think for like evolution programs and stuff, like where the robots learn on their own, then that's when it starts getting better than humans. But a lot of the times, for like especially when it's like used in gaming, a lot of times the robots take for in like robot hours, it takes longer than humans to learn stuff. So for like, but I think it also mostly is because robots have to learn everything from scratch. Like, like I think for example, the game Trackmania.
What again?
Trackmania, you know that game?
Yeah, I think so.
So in that game, someone tried to make an evolutionary robot to complete a track in there, and they explained that even though humans, like if some random person were to pick up the game and just start playing it, they can learn how to solve the track way more easily than a robot. The difference is that the robot or the program would have to start learning everything before the game, like what a car is, what a wheel is, what turning the wheel does, all of that kind of stuff. Well,
But
for
we
us,
already
kind
know.
of
We kind of
yeah,
have
we
an
have
idea already.
yeah, we have that prior knowledge, so it's a weird different thing. So that's why a lot of times you see like robots or programs have like uh, so many hours in their like brains that they processed before actually playing the game themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's been like for our time, it's like probably a couple days or something. But for them, it's been like thousands of hours they delved into the game. Pretty interesting though. Because AI,
I'm just here to see how things progress in the next couple of years.
oh yeah, especially with like AI stuff. Wasn't there something about like in the PlayStation 5 that the computers in there can like kind of get better with you in a sense? Like they had that kind of thing.
Get better with you?
Yeah, like for some games that have like computers, the computers will get better as you get better at the game.
Hmm.
Like if you were to like play a computer in the beginning and then play that same computer at the end of the game or when you play the game for a significant amount
Oh,
of time,
the AI bot.
yeah, they would like evolve with you in a sense. I don't know if that's actually true for the PlayStation 5, but
No,
I saw that
I don't
somewhere.
think it would be just for the console itself. I feel like anybody can make
Yeah, yeah,
any game
probably.
developer for their game.
Yeah, it probably can just like detect like how well you're playing and somehow like with certain given variables.
I feel like fighting games are like the most interesting, I think.
Oh yeah, fighting games, that would be wild if computers just get better with you.
No,
Because
but
then
computers in fighting
essentially,
games are really good.
oh yeah, because they know all the combos by heart.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for a lot of the games with computers aren't good. It's more like micromanagement level type of game where the computer has to do way more calculations to do stuff. Like for example, in Brawlhalla, I think the computers all only really have to, move in like certain cardinal directions. The directions you can throw or even attack in that game is like 8 different directions around your character. So it's not too much. You have to really like look out for. Like when like you could probably just detect when the opponent is within a certain radius of your character, and then it just uses whatever specific attack is in that angle to attack the opponent. And because it can do that instantly, or not instantly, like really fast, faster than humans, it just can attack you right there. But for a game like Rocket League, there's so many more micromanagements you have to do, and you have more long-term effects from your decisions that can play out throughout the game. That computers it makes it very hard for computers to do that kind of stuff. Very intriguing to say the least. So Robin, have you ever? I know you're busy now. You probably haven't, but have you like played any like piano or any instrument lately?
I have not.
Got man, bro.
My church, some of my church members kind of yeah, but my keys are yellow. I don't want to clean it. I don't.
Of
I
course.
think the plastic probably like had a reaction to the I don't know what type of reaction it would have to turn yellow. The white.
It depends on, it depends on what they're made out of, I guess, and what's in the air around it.
Probably oxidized.
Maybe.
It
I
wasn't the
don't know
most
what.
expensive
Uh,
piano, anyways. It was like 100, maybe.
Go upstairs.
Yeah, my piano is like $800.
Exactly, that would be better material.
It's still fun. Well, I mean, I got the piano and then I got the stand and the pedals. I think the pedals were separate, and I had to build the stand and everything on my own.
No, I just got the piano stand. I didn't feel like setting it up.
Hey, but when we move, I'm bringing my piano and I'm bringing my other instruments too. But I don't want you to play my saxophone. That's for me only.
Wow, I can't put it on.
No, you're not using my saxophone.
Why not?
'Cause I don't want your mouth on my mouthpiece. Oh, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to upset you like this. That's just the truth of the matter.
You heard me.
Stop, guys. I have to heal.
Have I hurt your ego?
Now I'm feeling
Could
right.
be. I will
No.
remember this.
We'll hold the grudge when we move in. You just randomly do something.
Yes.
Wow. It really be like that sometimes.
I'm sure I'll have more energy for the next podcast because I'm just still annoyed about the first podcast.
The first take. Yeah.
I loved
It's
talking so much and I was so happy.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, bro. Mistakes happen. You can't really change what had just happened.
Yeah.
We at least for this one, it wasn't too bad. You know,
I was still watching
Just
my
wasn't
computer
as-
burn playing GTA. Yeah, I gotta go find like little small games like Left 4 Dead's great. But,
yeah.
sure.
Well then,
I think it's been an hour though.
yeah, it's been over an hour.
Yeah, now 8. I'm sure our voices will be fine this time.
Let's not have to do a third take.
I can. Okay, I'm gonna exit to main menu. I'm gonna end it here. We will get better with outros the next time.
Most likely, yeah. Hopefully.
Alright, then that was.